Okay, I hope you're still enjoying yourselves. My main objective today is to make sure you're empowered, you enjoy the evening, and leave here enjoying every bit of the evening. Next, first of all, I would like to congratulate those students who have got the awards. Congratulations. And next, I'll have the African Leadership Group students who will be joined with Colorado Black Women Political Action Youth to present an amazing empowerment program. They'll be sharing about 4 amazing leaders in Colorado. And here is to Jenaba and Binta to give us their first presentation. Thank you.
Can we please have Ms. Cleo Parker Robinson come up to the stage?
Cleo Parker Robinson was born on July 17, 1948 in Denver, Colorado. She was born and raised in the time of segregation. Her father is black and her mother is white. At one point, they didn't know where to stay. Her parents went to 5 states trying to get married as an interracial couple. Eventually, her parents were introduced to the Rossonian Hotel right here in Denver. Being raised in the Rossonian Hotel allowed Cleo to be immersed in music. Cleo states that her father was a big influence in her dance career as he'd been the one who introduced her to the dance. She calls him her first dance teacher. When she was 10, she moved to Dallas, Texas, away from her dad. This took a toll on her. Her kidneys shut down and she had a heart attack. Her doctor thought she'd be bedridden for the rest of her life, but Cleo wouldn't let that happen. She became mute but communicated through dance. That's when she really took it seriously. From there, Cleo started choreographing and teaching dance in youth groups, all without ever stepping foot in a dance studio. Side note, this all happened at the age of 12. Cleo would teach and take dance classes at the same time. A few years later, she graduated from Colorado Women's College. She founded her company in 1970. The Cleo Parker Robinson Dance Ensemble was started in 1970 in Fish Points. In 5 Points. They are known for their breathtaking choreographies and diversity.
I have had the pleasure to interview Ms. Cleo Parker Robinson, and I would like to say that during my conversation with her, I didn't want the conversation to end. She gave me many great pieces of advice I think is important to share with everyone, but most importantly, young people. I learned many things talking to her, and talking to her, I could see how great of a storyteller she was, and I could see how it translated to her choreography. She's an inspiration to many, myself included. And during our interview, I asked her what advice she had to those who look up to her. She told me, quote, "Don't take a day for granted." At this point, she was very happy. I could hear it in her voice, and I got excited myself. Just thinking about her positivity and how it radiated through the phone, I could feel it myself. She also told me every day is a blessing, and that as young people, specifically Black women, people can't define who we are. And hearing this, I almost cried. And I'm not an emotional person, so that was kind of shocking. But she has a way with words, as well as movement. I'm glad to present to you. Thank you. No problem. Thank you. It's an honor.
Good evening, everyone. Before I start telling a speech about this amazing woman in the room today, I would like to ask Dr. Tola to join me on stage. Good evening. My name is Fama Dia, and I am officially a 16-year-old sophomore in high school, attending Colorado Early Colleges, working to get my associate's degree in the medical sciences. I would like to thank you all for being able to join us today on this incredibly special occasion to celebrate all the magnificent women in our community. In 1960, a lot of things happened around the world, such as most African countries got their independence from colonization, or the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which was passed to prohibit discrimination based on race, sex, gender, religion, or national origin. But one of the most impactful events that took place for our communities was the coming to the world of Dr. Aditola Obiwole. Today we gather to honor an extraordinary individual whose journey embodies the essence of resilience, determination, and unwavering compassion. Her story is not just one of personal triumph, but a testament to the power of human spirit and the profound impact one can make on the lives of so many people. 3 decades ago, Dr. Tola embarked on a courageous journey, leaving her homeland of Nigeria with her husband and daughter, seeking a better life in the United States. Armed with a medical degree in medical laboratory sciences, which she received in Nigeria, she faced countless challenges upon arrival, including being overlooked and underestimated, forced to work as a cleaner at McDonald's because her talents were not recognized. However, she refused to be defined by her limitations imposed upon her. With unwavering determination, she pursued her education relentlessly, taking classes at CCA and obtaining certifications such as certified nursing assistant, medical assistant, and phlebotomist. Her hard work and perseverance culminated in her graduation as the valedictorian of her class in 2005, as a testament to her indomitable spirit. But her journey was far from over. Despite facing rejection multiple times, she wavered in her pursuit of her dream to become a pharmacist. Denied acceptance by the University of Colorado more than 3 times, she continued to apply until UNC finally offered her the opportunity she so fervently looked for. Graduating with distinction, she appeared as a beacon of hope for underserved communities, driven by a burning desire to elevate the disparities in healthcare access she saw in her own community in Denver. In 2011, she took matters into her own hands, starting a pilot program at her church to provide free flu vaccinations, a humble beginning that would evolve into a comprehensive healthcare initiative serving immigrants in underserved populations. Despite facing financial constraints, she rallied support from various organizations, expanding services to include screenings for blood pressure and prostate cancer, all provided to no charge for those in need. Even in all the face of unprecedented challenges brought by the COVID-19 pandemic, her commitment to her community never wavered. Working tirelessly, often volunteering her time and resources, she ensured that no one was denied access to essential healthcare services. Yet her contributions extended beyond the borders of her adopted home. Together with her husband, she runs a nonprofit organization investing their own resources into bringing medical care to the communities in Nigeria and beyond, embodying the principle of giving back to her community and making a difference wherever she goes. Through her journey, she has met many obstacles, from prejudice and discrimination, jumping hurdles. Yet she refused to be silent, speaking out against injustices that her communities were dealing with. Her resilience, her persistence, and her unwavering faith have guided her every step of the way, inspiring countless others to persevere in the face of adversity. As we celebrate Dr. Tola today, let us not only honor her remarkable achievements, but also heed the lessons of her journey. Let us be inspired by her example to never give up on our dreams, to stand up to injustices, and to live lives of purpose, of meaning. For truly, as she has shown us, it is in serving others that we find the greatest fulfillment and live the most enduring legacy. Dr. Adetola Obiwole, a clinical health pharmacist at UC Health, stands before us as a beacon of hope and inspiration. I would like to now ask you all to stand and join me in honoring Dr. Adetola.
Good evening. My name is Sheridan Mays, and I will be presenting on Wilma Webb. Ms. Santasia will be representing her tonight. Please take the stage. The Honorable Wilma Webb, the First Lady of Denver, Colorado, has made a remarkable impact, dedicating over 50 years to the community service and political leadership as distinguished stateswoman. She and her family lived in Northeast Denver, and she was the second of 7 children. She graduated from Manual High in 1961, serving as a class president and participating in writing contests and honor programs. The social climate of the 1960s were driving forces behind her early interest in political activism. In 1968, Webb became involved in efforts to create a more equitable landscape within the Denver Public School District. In 1973, Webb became the Democratic Committee woman and served as the Democratic Party secretary, the editor of the Democratic State and newsletter, and the chair of the Democratic Committee on Housing. She served as the elected delegate to several state and national conventions. Ms. Webb became a member of Colorado and legislature in 1980 while in office. She became the first minority woman on Colorado Joint Budget Committee. With a steadfast commitment to her family and her community, Webb served 6 terms as a Colorado state representative from 1980 to 1993. Making history as first woman in African American to represent House District 8. In one of her hardest battles, Webb fought for 4 years before the state of Colorado with the introduction of the House Bill 1201, the historic legislation that created the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday in Colorado. HB 1201 was adopted by a large majority vote of the Colorado General Assembly and signed into law by Governor Richard Lamb on April 4, 1984. The inaugural holiday was celebrated for 6 days in January 1986, with the estimated 15,000 people gathered in Denver City Park for the very first Martin Parade. The printed program from the inaugural celebration is exhibited in the Keene Center of Atlanta, Georgia. The Webbs continue to honor Keene at every opportunity, modeling their leadership at the righteous walk to freedom. He and other civil rights leaders endured in pursuit of the equality. Webb worked hand in hand with her husband in a historic grassroots mayoral campaign in which the couple walked all over the city and resulting in Wellington Webb becoming the first African American mayor of Denver in 1991. Denver's First Lady worked tirelessly on anti-drug abuse programs and youth family issues. Webb's effort to promote the art resulted in the creation of the Denver's Art, Culture, and Film Foundation in 1994. In 1998, Webb became the first woman to serve in the U.S. Department of the Labor as the primary official for Colorado, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Utah, and Wyoming. Her duties included the administration and enforcement of the federal statutes and governing places activities including pension rights, health benefits, and job training. 2024 also marks the 40th anniversary of Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, which Webb fought so hard to establish in Colorado. Continuing to serve wherever there is a need, the Honorable Wilma J. Webb, legendary record of elected and selected public service, community leadership, of family devotion is a beautiful beacon of light and an inspiration to us all. Thank you for allowing me to have this wonderful opportunity. Thank you and good night.
Hi, my name is Yasira Martinez, and I will be presenting Dr. Terry Nelson. Will Dr. Nelson please join us on stage? Okay. Dr. Terry Nelson is a special collection and community resource manager for the Blair Caldwell African American Research Library. With 30 years of library experience, Nelson has been a bookmobile librarian, manager of the Library Film Center, a reference and humanities librarian, and was a manager of volunteer services for the Denver Public Library. She is also the co-author of Recruiting and Managing Volunteers in Libraries, which has become a valuable manual for managers of volunteer programs throughout the nation. Born and raised in Denver, Colorado, Nelson attended Manual High School, earned a bachelor's degree in sociology and psychology at the University of Colorado, Boulder, and a master's degree in information technology and library science from Emporia State College. Nelson also sits on the board of directors for the Five Points Business District and sits on as vice chair of the MLK Jr. Colorado Holiday Committee. She is a woman who has truly done a lot for her community, and we are honored to be celebrating her today.